Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, August 27th. Day I don't even know in the Big Brother house. I have tried to keep track of that this year. Not a whole lot to report from yesterday. Tommy's trying to campaign. It's not really doing a whole lot of good. They don't seem very interested. Nobody seems very interested in keeping Tommy over, or not Tommy. Let's rewind that. Day, August 27th. Not much happening in the house. Nick seems to be trying to campaign a little bit, but it's not doing much good. Nobody seems that interested in keeping Nick over Christine. Does that sound better? That sounds better. It's going to be a short one anyway, so I'm not going to go back and restart. Nick, I don't know. Part of the problem of any of this analysis is that we're not in the house. It's very hard for us to put on our blinders from everything we know and look at it from one person's perspective. The house can see Nick as this huge threat. I don't see Nick as that huge of a threat. But that is the impression that has been set up, probably by just the way they talk about each other. Christy is not seen as that big of a threat because she doesn't win much, but she hasn't needed to. They're keeping her around. But we know that also helps Tommy's game. And again, I think Tommy is still the biggest odds-on favorite. Now, we're saying the same thing about Tyler last year for a completely different game style and different reasons. And we saw what happened to Tyler. I think whenever the double eviction happens, and there will be a double eviction, I'm sure of that, that may completely shift up who we think is going. I mean, you can see Christy and Tommy go out, bam, bam. You know? You could see Holly and Jackson go out, bam, bam. I don't know, and that would completely change the dynamic of the house. What's interesting is the fact that Jessica, Cliff, and Nicole all seem to be sitting pretty. And eventually one of them is going to go too. The house itself, so you know, Nick was doing some campaigning, but not getting a whole lot of, not getting any footholds. And then the clown started showing up, or the clown. I don't know why. I don't know the purpose. Will it be used in a head of household competition on Thursday? Will it be used in a power veto competition, or will it just never be used at all and just shown? Not sure, but somebody in clown makeup kept appearing behind the windows, the mirrors in the house, and freaking out some of the house guests, specifically Nicole. Nicole has lots of fears. Nicole has fear of birds. Nicole has fear of clowns, apparently. And the house guest took advantage of that, about her the way she freaks out about stuff. And while she was in the diary room last night, they decided to all hide, so that when she came out, everybody appeared to be gone, although obviously they weren't. But again, got to put on the blinders, and in her situation, she may have thought it was something. She may have thought they were all out of the house for some reason. And so she's walking around the house trying to find people. The first thing she sees when she walks out of the house is a clown in a mirror. And so that gets her going. And then she can't find anybody. And most of them are up in the head of household room watching her on the TV. Jackson has climbed behind one of the chairs, couches in the bathroom. And she goes from room to room. She never went upstairs until after she'd found Jackson. And that took a while. She was afraid to go back by the bathroom. Then Big Brother at one point blinked the lights. I think they banged on the wall at least once. So they were encouraging her to be freaked out. She found Jackson. Jackson said, "Oh, they told us to do it," which of course they didn't. And then she went upstairs, pushed open the head of household door with her foot. The lights, they turned off the lights and were all hiding. She managed to creep her way in, even though she's freaking out the whole time, turn on the lights, and then eventually found I don't remember who. She found from somebody first. It was either Tommy or Cliff, I think, that she found first, and then she found everybody else. She saw, I think, Christy's feet under the bed. But point is, it was entertaining, I suppose. And I said it was. It's the most entertaining thing Nicole has done all season. But watching someone get freaked out by clowns and nobody apparently being in the house is not really gameplay. And so, it is what it is. Nicole is, I don't know, man, not doing much, but she's on the route to get close to the end. It's been an interesting season. It's funny every year. People are, worst season ever. I don't think it's a horrible season. I don't think any season is a horrible season. There are times when it's not great. Times when you're going, oh my gosh. Beginning of this season, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this isn't going to go well. First of all, they're saying things they shouldn't be saying. They're sticking their foot in it, but at this point, it's worked its way out, I suppose. Although some would say that the fact that the people that were eliminated first made it easier for them not to be controversial because there's nobody in the house to say controversial things about, and there is definitely some truth to that. I don't know. That's about all I got. The power veto was yesterday. It wasn't used. Did I mention that? I didn't think I did. And so it is Nick or Christy going. Probably Christy. And I won't be, probably Nick. And I won't be, I'm saying that like, oh no, what happens if it flips? Well, I'll be fine if it flips. I would honestly prefer Christy to go this week now, between Nick and Christy. But I don't think it's going to happen. Now, the difference is that last week I wanted Annalise to go over Christy because I thought Christy would provide better feeds. This week, I'd prefer Christy to go over Nick because I don't want to see Christy win. That's just my own personal little opinion there. So, different motivations for me from week to week. Either way, there definitely will be a new dynamic in the house once one of those two is gone. And we'll just have to see who wins the next head of household. But that's 2 days away. There'll be some more campaigning yet. I'm going to guess maybe we'll see Christy get a little bit nervous, but so far she hasn't been. She's been very confident. So for now, the feeds have been kind of quiet because Christy isn't scampering at all. Maybe she'll scamper some today. I would say more likely tomorrow that she would. So today should be maybe a very quiet day. And with that, I am going to sign off because I'm running out of things to talk about. And you guys have better things to do than listen to me not know what I want to talk about. So I apologize for the brevity of my little CarCast this morning. But thank you to all of you for listening. If you have any questions, you can always ask. I'm thinking somebody sent me an email question. Every time I say that, I think, wait a minute. Somebody emailed me like the day. All right, we're going to pause and we're going to check. I'll be right back. I'm going to check my email from, I think, maybe, I'll check. I'll be right back. Second. I was right. So, way back on Thursday or Friday, someone named Ed, or Edward, I won't say your last name, not that you probably care, but sent me a question and asked me if I thought they intentionally cast people, and his words were as prey, basically as people that were easy to pick out, like, fodder for the show. No, I don't think they do. I don't think they cast people that are just easily picked off. I think they cast people based on their personalities and what they bring. I think they want to get a lot of different types of people. And some of those people lend themselves to being perceived as prey. However, remember, easily picked off people sometimes last a really long time. And they know that going into the game. So, it's not... I don't think there's an intentional casting of, well, these people will just be out, easy fodder. Because it just doesn't, the house dynamics don't seem to work that way. they sometimes get out the easy person, maybe week 1. But then again, other times, other seasons, it lasts a long time. And so they can't cast someone thinking, oh, this person will be easily picked off, because they better be prepared for them staying around a long time. Does that make sense? So, anyways, I hope I answered Edward's question. And if you guys have questions, you can always send an email, ilovereality@gmail.com. Even though it took me 4 days to answer that one, or 5 maybe. I think it was the timing of when I read it, but it was in the back of my brain that I had a question. And so, there you go. I eventually get to them. Just like I eventually get to my sending out my bag. I still haven't mailed the day drinking bag to the person that won it, and he asked about it in the email this weekend. I was like, oh yeah, no, I haven't got it yet. It's really busy time for me at work, and this means a trip to the post office. For me, at least that's the way I'm doing it. Whether someone says, you could just do it this way. Well, maybe I'm cheap. Maybe I paid for the bag out of my own pocket. I'm paying for the shipping out of my own pocket, and I'm feeling a bit cheap perhaps. And so I'm going to save a penny and mail out the cheapest way possible and do it by going to the post office. But I have to have time. And frankly, right now, just haven't had time. I'm generally working until at the earliest 6 o'clock every night. And my local post office you saw me put on my reverse. I just snagged a primo parking spot. My local post office actually closes at like 4 o'clock. It doesn't open till like 9 o'clock, so there's no shot of me getting it at home during the weekdays. And Saturdays, I'm often not motivated enough to get up. So, all right, guys, I am done. I'm going to sign off, and I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. And we'll talk to you all on Wednesday. See you later. Bye-bye.